All right, it's Eminent,
And this is Eminence.
and come talk with me about.
Divorce and single life. Now just to see if you want to continue on, because you butchered your name again.
Yeah, I mean, if if this is not for you, then if you're happily married and not single, very much not single, then this one might. I mean, it still might be entertaining. I'm not discouraging you, but that's where we're going to be today.
Okay, perfect. So divorce and single life, they kind of go hand in hand, either before or after marriage, if there is an after marriage for you. Um, but today we're going to talk about more what it's like, kind of what you're, especially the divorce part, what that might be like, what you might be feeling, and kind of how you're gonna go get through it, and just know that there's light on the other side, and how each person kind of processes that differently. Yeah.
Yeah, for any newer viewers, I am divorced, and Eminence is married. So
Yeah.
I guess I'll be the residential expert today.
You will. You
Um,
will be the spokesperson for all divorcees.
oh no, definitely not. I mean, maybe my divorce was not a hard one, so I don't even want to consider myself any kind of resident expert. It was is one of those things where it just had to happen. It wasn't like any animosity. I still get along with them. We still talk from time to time, so it's not like a super negative thing.
Yeah,
But
that's beautiful,
sometimes you just know when it's going to happen, and sometimes it just has to.
and that's important to know. Is sometimes it does have to happen. I know some people might feel like they have failed because it's happened. Not so much the case. There are definitely times in which it's better for both parties to split ways, and that's okay.
It absolutely is. I did feel that way for a little while. I felt like, hey, I failed as a man. I failed as a husband. I just, it really hit me hard for a little bit there. But at the end of the day, it gave me some soul searching and learning to do. And today I'm good. And it's just differences. It's not I did something wrong. They did something wrong. It's just different.
There you go. Yep. And people grow. So as you grow and change and learn and gain experiences, you might definitely grow apart. Um, everyone gets divorced or separates for different reasons. Um, so some of them are valid reasons. I'm not gonna lie. There are definitely some instances where they're not valid reasons necessarily, or maybe they
100%.
just should have never married. Um, no, definitely there are too many reasons for us to go into each and every one.
Right.
But not only is divorce, I don't want to say divorce is okay for the right reasons. Divorce is okay. Um, and then after said divorce, it it's okay if you feel when you feel ready to get back into that dating pool. To it might take some adjustment, some relearning, but don't let others make you feel bad about it. It's not
Right.
about who your ex is or who they were or what you experienced. It's more about you moving on and moving forward for your own life.
Exactly. That is the most important part. Just the main thing I would say is be cordial. There's no reason. There's no reason. Even if they just like ripped your heart out, just like stomped on it, spit on it a little bit. Um, there is nothing in this world that's worth just being an awful person in that moment. Um, just take it and move on. Just take all the hurt, take all the pain, leave it there, leave the pain there, and just move on. Don't be negative about it. Don't try and fight about it. Just do there are different steps. I'm not going to go into the steps of divorce, but go through the steps that you need to go through and then just move on. Do not be a crappy person. Either side doesn't really matter, man, female. If it's your fault, if it's not your fault, just don't be crappy. That's really the most important part for me is to just be a good person through it all, and you'll be better for it when you come out the other side.
Oh, definitely, definitely. I think holding on to that resentment does nothing but weigh you down. It doesn't really stop the other person from moving forward if they move forward, but it can most definitely stop you from going on if you're holding on to that.
Yes.
Um, and then, after you're divorced, well, you're single now. Um, and it really all depends on you as to where that goes. Like me and my wife knows if we ever get divorced, that I'm not getting remarried. It's I don't feel like going through it again. I'm not doing it again. Um,
Which is
and
fair. It's
so
not easy.
yeah, it's not. So, you know, if for whatever reason, if we got divorced, I know, I would just be single. For others who choose that they want to go through that process again and it's for them, perfect. You know? Just take what you learned from the last marriage if you're single because of a divorce or whatnot, and kind of apply it. So yeah, just make sure you're as good or better of a partner than you were for your last. Um, really, it's depending on the reasons for the divorce or the breakup. Kind of depends on what you can take from it and how you can better yourself.
Right. And even a lot of times the reason for the breakup or the divorce might be the next person's love. Like they might love um that aspect of you. So that's just another thing going back to, if sometimes it's just meant to be or meant to not be because you just are not compatible, especially if you get together younger and you're just like, I don't know, or you learn new things later in life. So the don't be hard on yourself. Unless you just do something really bad, then yeah, probably be a better person about it next time. But yeah, regularly, if it's just like a little minute thing or just like, oh, they don't like that, but other people do, then maybe find someone who does.
Yeah, I mean, usually I would say on most cases, you're probably not getting divorced for something minute. At least in my mind, minute is something that can be worked out or worked around. Um, but definitely, how am I trying to say this? It doesn't have to be something huge or some type of traumatic experience. Um, yeah, that's yeah.
It
I feel like
definitely doesn't have to be
minute.
traumatic, but
Right.
minute was definitely under exaggeration, I guess. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, but even like me, it wasn't my idea. Like it was not. I didn't want it, so going through it was difficult to make it happen. But at the end of the day, when I said I want to marry you and I wanted them to be happy, this was a part of it. So if that's gonna make them happy, then to I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
And it took a while to get over all of that and piece myself together. But here we are today with the help of Eminence, and now enjoying the single life. I guess I don't really know. I'm just kind of roaming around and being friends with people, not really looking at the moment. I guess.
And that's completely fine. Um, take your time getting back into it. You know, it's no rush to jump back into another relationship, really for any reason. Uh, take some time by yourself, make friends, do whatever. I mean, now is definitely the time, especially for you, Amaranth, to just do whatever you want. Um, gain whatever experiences you would like before you jump into the next relationship that you find. Just continue the soul searching and find out what you find out more about yourself so that when you find another partner, it goes better.
Yeah. For a little bit, it did make me think like, oh, what's wrong with me? How can I ever be with someone else? Because this one didn't
Right.
work out. But you got to remember that no one's perfect, and again, it could it could just not be you or them, and it could just be like a mutual. And again, the next person could just absolutely love your quirk or whatever, what have you, whatever it is. I don't know. But I don't want to oversimplify it. I want you to understand that yes, you can do bad stuff, and if it is your fault or what have you, then you can change, you can do better, you can be better for the next person. It's not too late. So don't take all the happy go lucky and be like, "Oh, I didn't do such a bad thing." You might have. You might have. And you just gotta learn and do better. There are plenty of people and books and friends and family out there that'll probably help you grow if you're willing.
Hey, definitely. I think having a support system, um, going through it is definitely important for not only you to help you get through it, but also for your growth to let you know, what could have gone better, what you might have to improve on for yourself for the next relationship you find yourself in. And that is going to be subjective. Um,
Yes, absolutely.
and it's going to depend on who you find.
And the support that Eminence is very important. Can't even believe I didn't even mention it. I would not have survived without my support system. Eminence is one of them, and I have a few other friends, people in my life that just completely helped. Just I can't even think of a positive enough word for it. But they shot me through the roof and lifted every spirit that I have. So yeah, support system is very important.
Yeah. Um, and let your support system be someone that you trust and has been there because I know we've talked about this before in one of our earlier episodes of just your friends being honest with you. So
Hmm.
I said that weird. Your friends being honest with you. There we go. Just because again, you can't really grow if you're surrounded by just yes men. I mean, you will never see your mistakes, and so you'll just be stagnant. You'll blame everyone for anything and everything.
Right.
So it's definitely important to look in the mirror, see what can you have done better, what is not your fault. Because definitely, if you're only looking in the mirror and saying what could you have done better, you're going to stress yourself out, aiming for perfection that is unattainable. Um,
Exactly. And I know this not really off topic, but slightly. It's good to have those friends. It's good to have those friends that'll tell you what's what. Like it's great to have hype people and just be like, yeah, you can do whatever and you're the best. But it's also good to have those people that'll sit you down and just be like, look, you messed up. Like
right.
you did the thing. So
Exactly. Exactly.
it's good to have both.
Oh yeah, definitely. Um, but most important, I think it is important, and this is before you get married and if you get divorced, be okay with being single. Um, do not rush yourself. If you need someone else to make you happy, then you need to be single. And I know that
Yes.
sounds weird, but you have to learn how to be happy on your own because being dependent on somebody else for your happiness is a horrible recipe for disaster.
I can agree 100%. You have to figure yourself out before. So if you do get divorced and you realize that, oh my God, you're lost and you just need um, someone in your life, then no, you need to just sit there in that hurt and
Yeah,
figure yourself out first because no one can make you happy but yourself.
yeah, definitely process that because yeah, that's the only way you can get through it is by processing it. And it's not bad to hurt. I mean, it feels
Right.
bad, but it is a healthy part of the process. If you don't feel anything, you either you did not care, or you got to get that checked out. I don't know. I'm not a
Yeah,
psychiatrist. I can't help with that part.
something's something's broken. And that in this case, you might have just shattered yourself.
Right.
And I didn't really touch on the topic of single life. I don't really think I'm the best example for that. I am introverted, but I have been going out a lot more. Um, meeting people. I've made a number of new friends in the meantime. So, but it can look like whatever you want to look like. If you're a gamer, then just whatever. Or if you're introverted like me, but in order to meet people, you do have to do things. What I've learned. So,
Eventually, talk to people is what you have to do. The way Amber said it sounded weird. Like you got to just talk to people. You just got to go out and talk to people.
yes, talk and listen. Don't just talk. Talk and listen.
True. Listening is important. Um, but yeah, no, that definitely with today or today's technology, being single, if you're looking for something serious, being single can be kind of weird with all the dating apps and everything.
Hmm.
But the most important thing when it comes to if you are ready to move on, if you're single, ready to find someone new, it is important to kind of relax. Like talking to people, I know it's kind of nuanced, and this technology and age where there's so many ways to just not see anyone. Like you could literally just stay in the house for a whole year and make almost no human contact
Hmm.
and be all right. Like you can get groceries and everything, order them straight to your door. You literally do not have to see anyone.
Yep.
Um, but
No contact delivery.
right, I was like, but talking to people is not. I'm not gonna say it's not as hard because I'm introverted as well. But you just have to not care, really. And it sounds, again, kind of selfish or antisocial. But when you take out that fear of rejection and you're just like, you know what? I'm just going to talk to you the way I would talk to any of my other friends, it becomes so much more fun. Now, we'll admit, working as, um, I forgot the job title, but admissions rep definitely helped with just dealing with people and different attitudes and not caring about what other people said or just talking to strangers,
Yeah,
essentially.
forcing you outside your comfort zone.
Yeah, yeah, it definitely because I mean, I dealt with people who just or I don't want to say ugly, but yeah, no, ugly people, just ugly on the inside. They're just mean people. Um, and that's okay. Because then when you talk to people face to face, they usually don't have that same energy. Um, because then there's no anonymity. So
Exactly. That's important. But we're pushing our boundaries. So we're gonna go ahead and sign out with you guys. Go ahead, Eminem.
yeah, so definitely hit the subscribe, the like button. Um, don't divorce us. We're here for you.
We are here for you. We're here for all of you. Just let us know.
Yes.
We'll be there. But thanks again for listening to us, and we'll catch you next time.
All right. Yeah.